everyone, this is CA Vidhi Raichura, and in today's video, we are going to cover marginal costing and its basics. Okay, we're going to do one small sum as well, and before starting the sum, we do a little bit of introduction and a little bit of theory about marginal costing. Okay, so what is marginal costing? Why do we use it? Where do we use it? Okay, marginal costing is used to find out the cost of production of every additional unit that you make. Okay, so on and so forth. During the video you will understand more about this, but before we go ahead, we have to understand two important costs into our cost structure, which is variable cost and fixed cost. Okay, what is variable cost? Variable cost is cost of every single unit. So if the unit is there, the cost is there. If the unit is not there, the cost is not there. Example, if I manufacture Maggi noodles, okay, the cost of the noodles per se is my variable cost, as in the flour that is used, the herbs that are used in the packet, that accounts for the variable cost of that particular product. Okay, so say for example Maggi is sold for 12, the variable cost, that is the cost of these ingredients, will then be say 3 rupees. Okay, so that is the variable cost. If I don't make Maggi, I will not incur variable cost, right? So it depends whether there is production or no. If there is production, I will have variable cost. If the product is not produced, I will not have variable cost. Okay, fixed cost. Fixed cost does not depend on the number of units. Okay, if there is zero production, even then there will be fixed cost. Okay, example, the rent of the premises that I am currently having my factory in. So the fixed cost is not dependent on the units of production, while variable cost is dependent on the units of production. Okay, fixed cost will not change over a period of time. Okay, because it remains the same. The rent over a period will remain the same, and it is not dependent on the production activity. Together, both of these will then be called as total cost. All right. Okay, let's move ahead with what is the format for solving marginal costing sums. The format goes something like this. You have sales, you subtract variable cost out of it to get something called as contribution. Contribution is what your product is earning for you. The selling price, that is 12 rupees. I'm talking about Maggi again. Selling price being 12 rupees minus 3 rupees of variable cost is what the product is actually earning and giving it to you. You are using only 3 rupees worth of ingredients and you are selling it at 12 rupees. So when you subtract it, you get 9 rupees. 9 rupees is what the product is earning for you, but do not mistake this as your profit. It is not your profit because you still have fixed costs to be covered out of this 9 rupees into the number of units that you sell. Okay, after that you subtract your fixed cost and finally you get your profit and loss. So if you remember this format, most of your marginal costing sums are sorted. This remains your format throughout. I will move ahead with something called as product profitability and business profitability. Okay, so this is exactly what we're trying to analyze and understand when it comes to marginal costing. Again, giving you all the example of Maggi that I started with. I have 12 rupees in my selling price per unit, 3 rupees in my variable cost per unit, which gives me 9 rupees per unit as my contribution. So as such, my product is profitable. But if I tell you my overall profitability of the business is minus 10 lakhs, you will come and tell me, "Arey, business ban kar do." The business is not working for you. But in reality, I will have to just look at what my fixed costs are, how I can optimize them, because my product is really nice. It is giving me 9 rupees per unit. This 9 rupees has to be very efficiently used to cover my fixed cost, and that is why I will have to optimize my fixed cost. Fixed cost को optimize करने का मतलब उसे कम से कम रखो, उसे फिजूल खर्च मत करो. For example, instead of having a very premium place and paying a huge rent for it, go to a little lower locality or go to a little low premium place where the rent reduces, so your fixed cost reduces and therefore your profitability will increase. So product profitability is what I said was rupees 9, while your business profitability was what I mentioned as minus 10 lakhs. Okay, so these are two different these are two different profitabilities that you will have to consider. Marginal costing is used exactly at this juncture when you are trying to decide whether the product profitability is good or no, the business profitability is good or no, and how you can improve these two. Okay, and how you can analyze these two about a particular organization. Before we move ahead, there are certain concepts, certain formulas that you will want to learn, you will want to understand under marginal costing. The first one being PV ratio. PV stands for profit volume. PV ratio is the ratio of your contribution to your sales. Okay, what percentage of your sales is the contribution? And I told you what the contribution is: 12 rupees MRP minus 3 rupees of ingredients and your cost related to the product. Okay, which gives you 9 rupees. So 9 rupees divided by 12 into 100 is going to be your contribution or your PV ratio, contribution to sales ratio, or your PV ratio. This is a very important number when it comes to marginal costing. Just remember the formula and just remember how it is calculated. All right. We move on to the next one, which is BEP, break even point. Break even point. All right. Break even point is a point where there is no profit or no loss. So there is a point where I have earned enough to cover my variable cost and to cover my fixed cost as well. See, every single product in their selling price generally covers the variable cost. Okay. But then covering the fixed cost will take them a number of units until they gather that kind of money to cover their fixed cost. So that point where they've gathered enough contribution to cover their fixed costs and therefore they have no profit or no loss situation, because their entire profit or their entire contribution that they have is covering the total cost, that is variable cost and fixed cost. So basically just keep in mind, break even point is no profit no loss wala wo point. Okay, so break even पे profit loss कुछ नहीं होता है. There are two formulas to break even point. The first is break even calculated in rupees, and the second one is break even point calculated in units. Okay, so when I say in rupees, it means the sale amount, and when I say in units, it is the number of units that you need to sell to reach your break even point, that is to reach a point where there is no profit or no loss. So the formula goes like this: numerator for both of them remains the fixed cost. For rupees, you have to divide it by PV ratio, which is in percentage. Okay, and for units, you have to divide it by contribution per unit. All right, so this is the formula that you have to remember. The next one and the last one before we move on to the sum is margin of safety. Margin of safety is that buffer sales after break even point which you have that gives you profit. Okay, so when you move up from the BEP, you are in profit. When you move down from your BEP, you are in loss, because BEP is a point where you have no profits and no losses. So of course यहाँ से अगर नीचे गए तो लॉस ही होना है, यहाँ से अगर ऊपर गए तो प्रॉफिट होना है. तो बीईपी से ऊपर हाउ मच एवर यू गो विल बी योर मार्जिन ऑफ सेफ्टी, and those units are going to earn you profit. Okay, that's why it is called margin of safety. You're safe in that zone. Okay, the formula is very simple. It is actual sales, the current sales that you are having, minus your BEP sales. Very simple. All right, I hope you are very clear with all of this, and we can begin with the sum. Okay, the sum is also pretty basic and pretty easy. Okay, Sundar company has a selling price of 150 rupees per unit, variable cost of 105 per unit, fixed cost of 20,000. So at any units, any number of units, my fixed cost remains 20,000. Okay, Currently, they sell 200 units. Find out the following. The first one is PV ratio, okay? So what we'll do is we'll first start with writing down the format, which I've already written to not waste our time, but you can start with writing down the format that I told you. Sales minus variable cost gives you contribution, contribution minus fixed cost will give you profit and loss, okay? Then you create one column for per unit. My sales per unit is 150, variable cost per unit is 105, and contribution therefore is 45. Alright? Alright? Now when it comes to PV ratio, my formula is contribution upon sales into 100. So my answer is 45, sales as in selling price. Selling price. My answer is 45 divided by 150 into 100, giving you an answer of 30%. So that is my first answer. BEP. Let's understand BEP. Okay, BEP in rupees is fixed cost, which is 20,000 divided by, let's go back and revise those formulas, divided by PV ratio, that is rupees, and contribution per unit, that is units. So my PV ratio was 30% and my BEP in units is 20,000 divided by 45. So my answers are going to be 445. Okay, sorry. It is going to be 445 units. Your answer is going to be 444.444444. So you will always take the upper one. Okay, you will take 445. And in rupees, it is going to be 66,666.67. You can round it off to 67 over here. Okay, let's say 67. This is in rupees. This should be your answer. Okay. So we are done with the first one. We're done with the second one. We'll do the third one, which is current profit and loss. So currently, okay, this is 30%. So currently, we have 200 units in sale. Okay, so if we have 200 units in sale, we'll have to multiply the units into the per unit cost or the per unit column that we have. That makes it very simple. 200 into 150 is going to give me 30,000. 200 into 150. 200 into 105 is going to give me 21,000, leaving me a contribution of 9,000. And I have a fixed cost of 20,000, which gives me a loss of 11,000. So currently at 200 units, we are at a loss. We're not at a profit. Okay. Now they're asking us to find out the profit at 500 units. Okay. Now if I look at my BEP units, it is 445. Currently I am at 200 units, which means I'm less than BEP. So of course I was under a loss. But if I have to calculate at 500 units, which is more than 445, of course I'm going to be at profit. I hope this is very clear to you. So at 500 units, 500 into 150 gives me 75,000. 500 into 105 will give me 52,500, which gives me a contribution of 22,500 minus 20,000 of fixed cost will give me 2,500 rupees of profit. That's right. All right, so we've got a profit at 500 units, and the last one is MOS at 500 units. Okay, so MOS is actual sales. My actual sales is 75,000 minus my BEP sales. Okay, my BEP sales is 66,667. Okay, so whatever is the answer is your answer to MOS in rupees. MOS can also be found out in units, and it is going to be 500 units, that is the current units that I am selling, minus 445 units, which is 55 units of MOS. Okay, so this is the safety net that I currently have. Okay, because if I dip down to 445, it is going to be a loss henceforth if it dips forward. All right, so these are the basic concepts that you need to revise and understand when you are doing marginal costing. It has much more complicated questions, but this is the basic understanding of how the sums in marginal costing will work. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.